Content warning, mention of depression, self-harm, and suicide. It's one of those videos. Hi Paul Talkers and other viewers, I'm Paul, and this is where Paul talks. At one point in high school, I was called into the guidance counselor's office because the girl I was heartbroken over had told them she was concerned I might hurt myself. Since just around that time, I had attempted to kill myself via two different methods, one dangerous and one ridiculous, it was a valid concern. I was in my teens and wanted to end my life because the girl who I thought was perfect for me had no interest in me beyond as a friend. That was not a reasonable reaction for me to have. Looking back on it, I reacted that way because my brain chemistry was off. And during that time in high school, everybody knew I was messed up. Like, I'd get pity looks and would literally hear people talking about the sad state of me. I did get medication. Thank you, Dad, for taking me every week to a psychiatrist, even though you didn't understand what was going on. That probably saved my life. But a weird thing that went along with kind of being forced to get mental health assistance is that I felt shame about it. In college, I went through similar experiences with rejection, but this time compounded with difficulty getting through classes. For the first time in my life. At the end of my college days, I got into an emotionally abusive relationship with someone because she was the first person who was willing to have a relationship with me. Through it, I kept defending my decision to stay in it by saying that it was still better than being alone. After one particularly upsetting session of being gaslit by her, I remember falling to my knees in the middle of my hardwood floor apartment and banging my forehead against that floor until the pain of that overcame my mental anguish. And then I finally broke up with her. Despite these probably obvious indicators of mental illness, I've been trying to act normal for as long as I can recall. I took on the role and kept playing it because I thought people wouldn't want to be friends with someone who has a mental illness, or date someone who has it. And I've never really stopped. Sometimes it spills out of me. I take actions that are obviously that of someone whose brain is askew. I've tweeted and Facebooked lots of things that either imply or explicitly declare that I have depression. Sometimes I'll have a very bad episode wherein I can't see all the choices I can make in my situation, and instead I can only see a bad one, and then that's the choice I make. And it's self-destructive. But before those episodes, and after those episodes, and maybe during, I'll seem fine. Maybe a little quieter, but normal. I'm acting. I always have depression. I am always having, or just had, or am about to have, dark, damned thoughts. I walked my dog earlier this week, and I found myself thinking, I could just die now. I don't need to keep going. And then I smiled and said hi to a passing neighbor. I have acted fine for so long that I question my own feelings. Am I really having fun on this beach, or is that just what I'm supposed to feel? Do I really love this woman I'm dating, or is that just appropriate for the scene? Am I really sad, or am I just acting that way for attention? Is there a difference between feeling a feeling and just acting like you are? What if you act so well you believe it yourself? Other times I question my depression. Do I really have it, or am I just lazy? Maybe I'm just selfish. I seem to be really happy today. Is this real, or am I faking it, or am I faking the depression? The conclusions I've reached are that my mental illness is real, I can have lots of feelings and experiences that don't invalidate my depression, and I am not a bad person for having a messed up brain chemistry. And sometimes, when I'm acting like everything is okay, things get a little more okay. I want to be honest about who I am, what I think, and what I feel. But while I definitely have depression, just looking like a depressed person in a story is not an honest portrayal of how I feel. I have more facets than that. So while I have the strength for it, I will keep acting like everything is okay. And on the inside, I'll keep trying to make that role a reality. Just because I'm acting doesn't mean it's not me, it just means it's not all of me, and that's my coping mechanism. What's different today is I'm not ashamed of this. I know I'm not bad for having this. Nor is anyone else. I talk about it, I admit it, I work on it every day. This video is one way I'm doing that. This is a therapy session for me. Was I acting in this video? I have a script. I was trying to communicate the truth of what I'm saying. Can you act for that purpose rather than to deceive? I think so. There's a comments question. Was I deceiving you with my acting in this video, or showing you some truth? Is it good, bad, or something else to act normal when you have depression? Let me know in the comments, or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. Thank you, KatieScarlett Speaks, for asking me to be a part of your Mental Illness and Me collaboration project. I'll link to her video in the cards and the video description. If you got something out of this video, please share it on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr. Please subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/PaulRoth if you like this video. And if you'd like to help me survive, join my Patreon. Even $1 a month is great. More than that, and you'll get some rewards. Now you've made it to the end of my video. Thank you so much. Here at the end is where I always say, tomorrow will be even better.